In a quiet valley, hidden between rolling green hills and silver rivers, lay a village so peaceful it felt untouched by time. Life there was simple. People rose with the sun, worked in their fields, shared meals, and slept under starry skies. Among the villagers lived an old farmer named Ib. His home was modest, his clothes plain, his land not vast, and his possessions few. But everyone in the village respected him deeply. They said he was the calmest man they had ever known. When others quarreled about harvests, he spoke gently. When storms destroyed crops, he remained steady. When the young felt restless, he would simply smile and tell them to be patient like the earth. He was not rich or powerful, yet his presence carried a weight heavier than gold. One evening, a newcomer named Emir walked towards Ibrahim's house. Emir had come from the city a few months earlier, leaving behind a life of noise and hurry, of cars honking and deadlines pressing. He thought the village would bring him peace, but instead, he carried the same storm inside him. That evening, his face was full of frustration, his steps restless, his heart heavy. He found Ibrahim sitting under the old banyan tree, watching the horizon where the sun dipped into golden hills. "Uncle," Emir began, his voice almost breaking. "I don't understand myself. Primera have dreams. I have goals, and I work hard, but I feel lost. I start many things, but I make plans, but I break them. Time keeps slipping away. Tell me, how do you remain so calm, so in control?" Ibrahim looked at the young man, his eyes kind and patient, like the earth after rain. Then he slowly stood, brushing the dust from his clothes. "Come with me," he said. The two began walking down a narrow dirt path. The evening breeze carried the smell of wet soil. Crickets sang in the grass, and the sky turned shades of pink and purple. Amir noticed how steady Ibrahim's steps were not hurried, not slow, just balanced, like a man in rhythm with life itself. They passed fields where farmers were finishing their work, waving to Ibrahim with respect. Amir could see how everyone looked at the old man, as though he carried a wisdom no one else did. Finally, they reached the edge of a forest. A small stream flowed there, its water clear and cool, winding between stones. Ibrahim stopped and pointed at it. "Look at this stream," he sighed softly. "It doesn't rush. It doesn't stop. Every day it flows, steady, patient. It clears rocks, nourishes the soil, and gives life to everything around it. That is discipline." Amir frowned. "But uncle, I don't understand. How does this stream explain my problem? It tries so hard, but I still fail." Ibrahim smiled faintly. "Because you live like a storm, Amir. Loud, powerful for a moment, but gone the next. Storms may shake the world, but they pass. It is the stream that remains, shaping the land day after day." Amir fell silent. Something inside him wanted to believe, but his restless heart resisted. Ibrahim saw the doubt in his eyes and sat on a nearby rock. "Let me tell you a story," he said. "Long ago, I was just like you. I wanted everything. Wealth, fame, recognition. I tried to build a business, but when it got hard, I gave up. I began writing a book, but after a few chapters, I stopped. I learned music for a few weeks, then abandoned it. I was always chasing, never staying, always starting, never finishing. I thought the world was against me. Then, in desperation, I went to the mountains to meet a teacher. I poured out my complaints, how I lacked discipline, how I couldn't stay consistent, how I felt trapped. The teacher listened quietly. He didn't scold me, didn't give me lectures. After a long silence, he handed me a clay pot and pointed to a large, empty water tank nearby. "Every morning," he said, "fetch water from the river and fill this tank. Do it for 40 days. Nothing else." I was shocked. I thought he would give me secrets to success or wise words. Instead, he gave me this. Still, I obeyed. On the first day, the pot felt heavy. The sun burned. And I thought to myself, this is pointless. On the second day, Yel Mosquit. By the fifth day, my shoulders ached, my legs trembled, and my mind screamed at me to stop. But the teacher's silence taunted me. So I continued. Day after day, I carried water. something strange began to happen. My body grew stronger. My mind became sharper. My mornings no longer dragged me out of bed. I woke up before the sun, ready. I began noticing the world, the sound of birds, the rising sun, the rhythm of my own footsteps. And then, on the 40th day, I stood before the full tank. The teacher smiled and said, "Now you understand. Discipline is not punishment. It is training. It is love. It is freedom from the chaos inside you." Abram bent down, picked up a small, smooth stone from the stream, and placed it in Amir's hand. "You see this stone? If water touches it once, nothing happens. But if a drop falls every day, year after year, the stone changes shape. That is the power of small, repeated actions." Amir stared at the stone. For the first time in years, his heart grew quiet. He realized his entire life had been storms, bursts of passion, followed by emptiness. He had never learned to be the stream. Ibram placed a hand on his shoulder. "Don't wait for motivation. Don't chase perfect plans. Choose one path. Show up every day, even when it's boring, even when no one sees you. Life doesn't reward bursts of effort. It rewards the patience of steady footsteps." That evening, Amir lay awake, his mind replaying Ibram's words. He thought of all the half-finished dreams scattered in his past like broken pottery. He thought of the stream flowing endlessly, shaping the land. The next morning, before the sun rose, Amir woke up. For the first time in years, he resisted the urge to sleep in. He sat at his small desk, opened a notebook, and began to write, not with the fire of inspiration, but with the quiet determination of discipline. Day after day, he repeated the act. Some mornings were heavy, his mind reluctant, his body tired, but he remembered the stream. He remembered Ibram's words. He kept going. At first, no one noticed. His friends laughed. "Amir, you'll give up soon, like always." But he didn't. Slowly, he began to change. His face grew calmer, his thoughts clearer. He no longer rushed. He no longer panicked when things went wrong. Weeks turned into months. Amir was no longer the restless newcomer. He had become steady, like the stream, never rushing, never stopping. People began to notice. His work improved. His focus deepened. He finished what he started. He became a man others looked to for advice. And one evening, standing by the same stream with Ibram, Amir whispered, "I understand now. The world doesn't belong to storms. It belongs to streams." Ibram smiled, his eyes shining with quiet pride. And the lesson Amir carried for the rest of his life was this: success is not born in moments of passion or sudden energy. True success is carved, drop by drop, by the quiet power of discipline. Storms may roar and vanish, but it is the patient stream that shapes the land forever. Thanks for watching. If this story resonated with you, remember to like, share, and subscribe for more content. See you in the next video.